Hello again, everyone. This is Rob, aka Hated Hero. Today I'm bringing you my battleground focused werewolf build called the Pack Leader. I'm going to quickly go over the werewolf transformation stats and skills, why I use them, and then we will morph back into our human form and go over the sets and abilities we use to build our werewolf form. So, our no CP stats, I have no champion points set, just so you can see, are what we're looking at right now. That's how we know exactly what we're going to be looking like when we get into Battlegrounds. 13,500 max magic, 17,000 health, 38,000 max stam. Might as well call that 39,000 actually. And also the max health will go up an additional amount due to battle spirit and be around 22,000, I believe. Magic recovery 783, stamina recovery 1731. Magic recoveries and max magic is important on a werewolf because our only source of burst healing while in this transformation is a magic ability. That is why we went for a high magic pool and magic recovery. Our weapon damage is 2k unbuffed. Our spell and physical resist are 25,500. And our crit resistance is 1800. Fully buffed, our weapon damage reaches over 3k. That is via the Salvation armor set, weapon enchant procs, and the Wrath passive of heavy armor. The boon we're using is the magic recovery boon. Again, our stamina recovery is good. We're going to use that extra magic recovery so we can heal more often and maintain our werewolf transformation. The food I use is the longfin pastry, max health, max magic, max stamina. The race is Orc, and the class is Sorcerer. I will get into those choices here in just a moment. The skills we're using on our werewolf. Feral Pounce. Pounce on an enemy with Primal Fury, dealing 6,000 physical damage. Stuns the enemy for 2 seconds if they were already set off balance. And then pouncing from at least 10 meters away adds 1 second to the duration of your werewolf transformation. So the other morph of this does an AoE damage when you land. It's not significant enough that I feel I want to use it. You don't have to go with the same morphs I use. You can use any that you'd like. You don't even have to be a pack leader with this build. It's just what I like to use, and it's how I stay in werewolf form longer than others might, is by using all of the tools given to do that with. And this is our gap closer. Hircine's Fortitude. This is our heal. This is the magic ability that I mentioned. This is our only way to burst heal when in werewolf form. And it's expensive. 4,300 max magic. The way I have this set up, you can burst heal 3 times before you run out of healing capabilities. The morph I have chosen adds an additional 3,177 health over 8 seconds. So while our magic is recovering, we're also recovering health. You also want to hit this when you first start fighting and keep your heal over time up throughout the duration of the fight. So basically, if your magic is full when you start the fight, go ahead, hit your Hircine's Fortitude, let it run. If your magic fills back up again before having to heal, press it again. Try to keep that heal over time up if you can, but don't waste all your magic spamming this heal because it doesn't benefit you any unless you actually need the healing. Rousing Roar. This is similar to a Nightblade's Fear. The only difference is it doesn't snare the enemy or reduce their damage when the effect ends. It does, however, fear and off balance up to 3 nearby enemies. The morph I chose grants me major brutality and my nearby allies major brutality. This is our burst DPS ability. Crush an enemy with a deafening howl, dealing 9,600 physical damage and stunning them for 3 seconds. This is the Howl of Agony morph. Basically, this is a ranged, insta-cast dizzy swing. It's very powerful. It deals 30% more damage to enemies that are feared. So the combo you look to do is a couple light attacks, proc your weapon enchants, fear them, which sets them off balance as well, and then we're doing 30% more damage to that target. The last ability we use is Claws of Life. The other morph of this puts major defile on the enemy, but in Battlegrounds, healing and resource management on the magic side is a big deal. So Claws of Life heals you for 50% of the disease damage done. It's a significant chunk of disease damage over 10 seconds. So that, coupled with your Hircine's Fortitude, is a nice heal over time that's always running on you. Then when needed, you can burst heal with this ability as well. I was just going to quickly show you, this is the bleed that we have. And then also, if you're not familiar with it, you have 2 wolf companions when you're a pack leader. And if they are killed, they'll return after 10 seconds. Meaning you don't have to reactivate anything. They will run back to your aid after 10 seconds if they're killed. And then of course, while Werewolf is slotted, you have 15% increased stam recovery. So there's all the werewolf skills I personally use, and the reason for me using them. Again, you can choose any morph you'd like. You don't have to be a pack leader if you don't want. You can be a berserker, which increases the bleed damage. It is all up to you. Let's hop out of werewolf form here. Some of you may have noticed already one of the sets that I'm running. That blue glow that lit up around our body. One of our sets that we're running is reactive. This is a stamina-based build. Reactive is heavy armor, so it's giving us nice resistances while we're not in werewolf form. It's also giving us max stamina recovery, and max health. All great things for a stamina build in Battlegrounds. The 5-piece bonus is what really helps us out in werewolf form, and while we're not in werewolf form, trying to buy time for our transformation. While you're affected by a disabling effect, your damage taken is reduced by 35%. This is huge. Werewolves get under a lot of pressure. When people see them, they know that they can be pressured quickly and killed because of their lack of healing. So any amount of incoming damage we can reduce is a really good thing for us, and this set does it very well. The second set we're doing to help us survive is Bloodspawn. This is our monster set that we're running. It adds stamina recovery. It gives you a chance to generate ultimate when you take damage, and also proc a 6400 physical and spell resist buff that lasts for 6 seconds. and it can occur every 6 seconds. So you have the potential to have very, very high uptime on this monster proc. The 15 ultimate generation also pairs very well with this build because we're going for cost reduction on our werewolf transformation. And how we're doing that is with our last set here, the salvation set. It gives you max stamina, stamina recovery, and another max stamina. That's how we're hitting those nice max stam numbers that we're looking for on battleground builds of 30k plus. It also reduces the cost of your werewolf transformation by 33% and gives you an additional 150 weapon damage while in werewolf form. Since this is a werewolf focused build, we want to transform as quick as possible and stay in form as long as possible. This set helps us do that. That is also why we went with a sorcerer. They have a passive that reduces the cost of your ultimate abilities by 15%. So this, paired with salvation, makes our werewolf transformation cost 171, which is very cheap. That's how much a meteor costs. It's 170 to be exact on this character. So our werewolf form costs just as much as meteor, which is awesome. We've reduced the cost immensely. So why did we go with Orc? Orc, I feel, is one of the best races for werewolves because of their passives. You get increased max health and max stamina, both the things which we need. Your healing receive is increased by 5%. We don't have this in any way when we're in werewolf form. Now we do, thanks to being an Orc. We have 5% healing received. We also have an increased health recovery of 20%, which the direction we went with this build isn't super beneficial to us, but the healing received is. Swift Warrior, increase your damage done with melee attacks by 4%. The main thing we spam when we're in werewolf form is light attacks. We sometimes pair it with heavy attack combos, but we are spamming melee attacks like crazy. So this helps us every second of every battle. Reduces the cost of sprint by 12% and increases the movement speed bonus of sprint by 10%. Great, great, great things for werewolves. So those are the reasons we're an Orc and the reasons why we are a sorcerer. Some of the reasons why we're a sorcerer. Now I'll go over the sorcerer skills and weapon skills that I use and why. Streak. This is going to help us get away from bad situations while we're waiting on our werewolf form to be ready. And it also is our only CC that we have available while buying time for our werewolf form. Dark Deal. Bargains with Darkness, restore 8,000 health and stamina. This helps us maintain our stamina while we're waiting for our werewolf form, and heals us at the cost of magic, which is okay because we have a large magic pool and decent magic recovery. Vigor. This is our stamina heal over time. Bloodthirst. This heals us for 60% of the damage calls on the final hit. And Blood Craze. This also is a heal over time for us. If you notice, we have quite a few heals on our front bar. And this is to help buy us time for our werewolf form. This is not a dot build for a Stam Sorc. This is not a rapid strike build for a Stam Sorc. This is a werewolf build. We're buying time for a werewolf transformation, and these skills help us do that. You can kill targets with these abilities, without issue. But the main goal of this build is to be a werewolf. They help us get there. On our defensive bar, we have Crit Surge. This heals us, again, when we have critical strikes on an enemy, and it can happen every 1 second. Keeping this up is very important while we're buying time. Hurricane, this is our major wards and major resolve, and it also gives us 10% increased movement speed. This, stacked with the passives of an orc, basically means that even though we don't have a bow, if we would like to sprint quickly, we can. We have nice increased movement speed. Rally, this is another heal. It's a heal over time and can burst heal us if needed, as it runs longer throughout its duration. Rearming Trap, this is an immobilizer, and it also increases our critical damage, which is very nice. And then Stampede, we use this as a gap closer and an additional dot when we are offensive, because we're using a Maelstrom weapon. If you don't have a Maelstrom weapon, that's okay. You could put another skill here if you'd like. I, however, like the gap closer, and I like the additional dot for the times that I'm being aggressive, when I'm not in werewolf form, obviously. So that's it, fellas. That's all the skills I use, why I use them. That's all the sets I use. My character, my race, the food, the boon, everything. I guess we can talk about the passives really fast. The only passives you truly need are Unholy Knowledge, Blood Magic, and Persistence, Power Stone, and Daedric Protection, and then all of the Storm Calling passives. Also, before you transform into your werewolf form, try and get fresh buffs running. Drop yourself a Beast Trap, hit all of your defensive buffs, apply a Blood Craze, then hit your werewolf transformation. They will all run for the duration, even after you transform. That is it. Hope everyone enjoyed. I will have a short video for you right after this.
I can't get these memories out of my mind, and some kind of madness has started to evolve. I tried so hard to let you go, but some kind of madness is swallowing me whole. Yeah, I have finally seen the light, and I have finally realized what you mean. And now I need to know, is this real love, or is it just madness keeping us afloat? But when I look back at all the crazy fights we had,